People ask me sometimes what the secret is. I tell them there ain't one. Just Tuesday after Tuesday after Tuesday. That's the whole thing. We met at a gas station outside of Cookeville. She was buying orange juice, and I was buying time. I was 24 and going nowhere interesting. She was 22 and going somewhere I wasn't. I asked her where she was headed. She said north. I said me too, which was a lie, but not the worst lie a young man ever told to follow something true. We drove separate cars to the same diner, 8 miles up the road at exit 9. She had the French toast and I had the eggs, and somewhere between the coffee and the check, I understood that my life had just divided into before this booth and after this booth, and after was gonna be the whole thing. We dated for 2 years, which felt like forever, and also like nothing depending on the day. I proposed in the same diner at the same booth on a Wednesday in November. No ring yet, just words. She said, "Are you serious?" I said, "I've never been less joking in my life." She said, "Okay then, okay." And the waitress brought us pie we didn't order, because she'd been watching the whole thing from behind the counter, and pie felt right to her. And it was 41 years of Tuesday mornings, 41 years of the same coffee made the same way, 41 years of figuring out the same person, deeper and different every single passing day. People want to know the secret. There ain't a secret to unwrap. Just 41 years of Tuesday mornings and meaning it every time you look back. We've had the hard years, I won't pretend we haven't. The year the farm nearly went under and didn't. The year she was sick and we didn't talk about how scared we were, because talking about it made it too real, and we needed it to stay slightly unreal so we could keep working, keep cooking, keep showing up, keep being the people the other one needed. That year I learned that love isn't the feeling, it's the showing up when the feeling is buried under fear and paperwork. And that's actually when it counts. That's actually when it becomes something that could hold a life together. Our daughter asked us once to describe the moment we knew. Her mother said the diner. I said the diner too, but for different reasons. She said the French toast. I said the way she looked at the check, like she was going to pay it herself, which she was. And something about a woman who assumes she'll pay her own check is the most attractive thing a 24-year-old man from Cookeville, Tennessee can possibly encounter. She laughed and said, 41 years later, and you remember the check? I said, I remember everything. She said, I know you do. And that, right there, was also the answer. 41 years of Tuesday mornings, 41 years of the same coffee different every single passing day. People wanna know the secret. There ain't a secret to unwrap. Just 41 years of Tuesday mornings and meaning it every time you look back. The booth is still there. Exit 9 off the interstate. We go back every November, order the same things. The waitress who brought the pie is long retired, but the pie is still good. Tuesday mornings, 41 years. 41 years.
My husband is not a romantic in the traditional sense. He does not bring flowers on anniversaries. He does not remember the exact date we met. He remembers the approximate month, which I have come to understand as his version of poetry. He shows love the way his father showed love, which is by making sure things work, by checking the oil in my car without being asked, by fixing the screen door 3 days before I noticed it needed fixing, by being the first one up in the dark to make sure everything is okay before I wake. I used to want the grand gesture, the airport scene, the speech in the rain. I read enough books in my 20s to believe that love should look like that, like something cinematic and declared. Then I watched him spend 4 hours on a Saturday in January, building a bookshelf I mentioned wanting once in passing in October. He didn't ask what size or what wood, he just remembered and built it. And that was the airport scene, that was the speech in the rain, just quieter and in the garage. He loves me in a language I had to learn, not the one they teach you in the songs. He loves me in the fixing and the checking, in the being there before the thing goes wrong. It took me years to read it fluently, to stop waiting for the version in the books. He loves me in a language I had to learn. And Lord, it's beautiful once you know how it looks. 23 years of this man, 23 years of the language of him. I am fluent now in every dialect. The silence that means he's worried, the particular way he laughs when he's relieved, the thing he does with his hands when he doesn't know what to say, which is the same thing his father does, and probably his father before him. Men in his family love forward, not backward. They don't explain the past, they just keep showing up into the future, and trust that the showing up is the explanation. After 23 years, I know they're right. Last week I watched him spend 45 minutes on the phone with my mother, helping her with her computer. He does not enjoy this. He has told me he does not enjoy this. With great specificity and some colorful language. But he did it because she called, and because I love her, and because love is sometimes 45 minutes on the phone with someone else's mother and her computer. And he never once mentioned it after, which is also the language, which is also fluent. He loves me in a language I had to learn, not the one they teach you in the songs. He loves me in the fixing and the checking, in the being there before the thing goes wrong. It took me years to read it fluently, to stop waiting for the version in the books. He loves me in a language I had to learn. And Lord, it's beautiful once you know how it looks. I know women who left good men because the language wasn't familiar. I almost did. I'm glad I stayed long enough to learn what he was saying. He was saying everything, and every single thing he did. 23 years fluent in the language of him. Lord, it's beautiful. My husband is not a romantic in the traditional sense. He does not bring flowers on anniversaries. He does not remember the exact date we met. He remembers the approximate month, which I have come to understand as his version of poetry. He shows love the way his father showed love, which is by making sure things work, by checking the oil in my car without being asked, by fixing the screen door 3 days before I noticed it needed fixing, by being the first one up in the dark to make sure everything is okay before I wake. I used to want the grand gesture, the airport scene, speech in the rain. I read enough books in my 20s to believe that love should look like that, like something cinematic and declared. Then I watched him spend 4 hours on a Saturday in January, building a bookshelf I mentioned wanting once in passing in October. He didn't ask what size or what wood, he just remembered and built it. And that was the airport scene, and that was the speech in the rain, just quieter and in the garage. He loves me in a language I had to learn, not the one they teach you in the songs. He loves me in the fixing and the checking, in the being there before the thing goes wrong. It took me years to read it fluently, to stop waiting for the version in the books. He loves me in a language I had to learn. And Lord, it's beautiful once you know how it looks. 23 years of this man, 23 years of the language language of him, I am fluent now in every dialect. The silence that means he's worried, the particular way he laughs when he's relieved, the thing he does with his hands when he doesn't know what to say, which is the same thing his father does, and probably his father before him. Men in his family love forward, not backward. They don't explain the past, they just keep showing up into the future, and trust that the showing up is the explanation. After 23 years, I know they're right. Last week I watched him spend 45 minutes on the phone with my mother, helping her with her computer. He does not enjoy this, he has told me he does not enjoy this, with great specificity and some colorful language. But he did it because she called, and because I love her, and because love is sometimes 45 minutes on the phone with someone else's mother and her computer. And he never once mentioned it after, which is also the language, which is also fluent. He loves me in a language I had to learn, not the one they teach you in the songs. He loves me in the fixing and the checking, in the being there before the thing goes wrong. It took me years to read it fluently, to stop waiting for the version in the books. He loves me in a language I had to learn, and Lord, it's beautiful once you know how it looks. I know women who left good men because the language wasn't familiar. I almost did. I'm glad I stayed long enough to learn what he was saying. He was saying everything, and every single thing he did. 23 years fluent in the language of him. Lord, it's beautiful.
Practiced the speech for 3 weeks in the bathroom mirror at 6 in the morning. I had it memorized by the second week. By the third week, I had it memorized, and terrified that I'd forget it anyway. I told my brother what I planned. He said, just say what you mean. I said, that's what the speech is. He said, no, it isn't. You'll know the difference when you're standing there. We drove out to the overlook on a Tuesday. She thought we were going for the view, which we were, just not only the view. I had the ring in my left jacket pocket, which I checked 7 times on the drive. She noticed me checking something, but she's kind enough to not ask questions when she can see I'm in the middle of something important. We parked and got out, and it was windy, which wasn't in my plan. And the speech started coming out, and the wind kept interrupting it. And she kept waiting very patiently for me to get to the point. I forgot the whole speech right there at the overlook. The wind took most of it, and I let the rest go. I said I love you, and I want to do this forever. And I'm not good at saying it, but I'm saying it now. She said yes before I finished asking. She said yes like she'd been waiting for the question. And the ring didn't fit quite right, and we didn't care. I forgot the whole speech, and it was perfect. We've been married 4 years now, and she still brings up the speech that I lost to the wind at the overlook. She says she found a piece of it, she thinks, in the parking lot on the way down. I say, what did it say? She says something about forever and being terrible at saying things. I say that sounds about right. Every anniversary she asked if I prepared anything. I say yes, and then I don't say the thing I prepared, because the not saying it has become our thing. The wind gets the speech, and we keep the yes, which was always the only part that mattered anyway. I've gotten better at saying things in 4 years. She's gotten better at hearing the things I don't say, which is probably the real version of the marriage vow that nobody writes down. Last week she was having a hard day. I didn't know what to say, I still don't always know. So I made her the soup she likes and sat on the couch without turning the television on. And she leaned against me and said, this is what I said yes to. And I said yeah, and the soup was pretty good too. And she laughed and I laughed, and that was the whole speech right there. I forgot the whole speech right there at the overlook. The wind took most of it, and I let the rest go. I said I love you, and I want to do this forever. And I'm not good at saying it, but I'm saying it now. She said yes before I finished asking. She said yes like she'd been waiting for the question. And the ring didn't fit quite right, and we didn't care. I forgot the whole speech, and it was perfect. The wind took the speech, she kept the yes, which was always the only part.
People ask me what 60 years looks like. I tell them it looks like Tuesday. Just Tuesday. Over and over. And that's the miracle of it. We were married in June of 1963 in a church that doesn't exist anymore. The dress cost $14, which was a lot then. My mother made it, and I wore it and felt like everything. Harold wore a borrowed suit that was slightly too short in the sleeves. which I noticed and loved immediately, because it meant he was there in the borrowed suit, not in the right suit in the borrowed one, because the right suit didn't matter. Being there mattered. We have had 60 years of everything, 60 years that include things I won't sing about. 'Cause some years are private, some years belong only to the two people who were in them. And you carry those years differently, not publicly, but permanently. But I will tell you this: there was never a year I wanted a different man. In the difficult years there were moments I wanted a different version of this man, which is the honest thing, but never a different man. 60 years is not a love story, it's a love practice, something you do every morning, whether you feel like it or not. 60 years is not the big moments, it's the soup when someone's sick, it's the staying in the room when leaving would be easier. 60 years is not what they sing about, but it's what they're all trying to say. 60 years, Lord, 60 years of choosing this every single day. He still opens my car door, has since 1961. I told him 40 years ago. He doesn't have to do that, he said, I know. And he kept doing it, which is the answer to most questions about what love is. I know, and I keep doing it anyway. Last week, he forgot where he put his glasses, and I found them in the freezer, which is a new development. I put them on the counter without commenting, because 60 years teaches you which things require comment and which things just require quietly putting the glasses on the counter. People ask my granddaughters what they want in a husband. I hear them say things like exciting and ambitious, and I understand. I was young once. I remember exciting. But I want to tell them, find the one who puts the glasses in the freezer and let you quietly put them on the counter. Find the one who wears the borrowed suit, because being there matters more than the suit. Find the one who opens the door, even after you told him he doesn't have to. 60 years from now, that's what love will look like from where I'm standing. 60 years is not a love story, it's a love practice, something you do every morning, whether you feel like it or not. 60 years is not the big moments, it's the soup when someone's sick, it's the staying in the room when leaving would be easier. 60 years is not what they sing about, but it's what they're all trying to say. 60 years, Lord, 60 years of choosing this every single day. He's in the other room right now, watching the same channel he always watches. 60 years, and I still know exactly where he is, in every room of this house. That's not nothing. whole thing, 60 years, choosing this every single day. Every single day.
She married me knowing I wasn't finished yet, which is either faith or madness, probably both. I was 26 with more ambition than direction, more conviction than plan, more love than good sense. She said yes anyway, which tells you everything about her and nothing about what she was getting into, which she also knew and said yes anyway, which tells you even more. The first year was an education for both of us, and what the other person is actually like. Not the version you present while dating, the actual version that leaves dishes in the sink and gets quiet when they're worried, and laughs too loud at things that aren't that funny, and cries at commercials for reasons they can't explain. I love the actual version more than I love the presented version, which I didn't think was possible, but it is. The actual version is the one that married me knowing I wasn't finished, which makes her actual version the bravest thing I know. She married me knowing, she married me knowing I was unfinished and going. She married me knowing she was signing up for the whole becoming, not just the already there. She married me knowing, and I'm still not finished, I'll tell you that honestly, but I'm further along because she married me knowing and loved me into something better than I was. I've been better at things because of her, not because she told me to be better. She never told me to be better, she just expected it quietly, which is a more powerful force than being told. She expects me to show up, so I show up. She expects me to mean what I say, so I mean it. She expects me to be the man she thought she saw the beginning of at 26. And honestly, she saw more than I saw, and she's been right about most of it. 9 years now and 2 kids, and the farmhouse we bought in the 3rd year that needed everything and still needs some things. And the garden she planted that I help with, though help is generous, I show up and she tells me where to put things and I put them there, and somehow that's our garden. I am still unfinished, she will tell you the same, but unfinished together is different than unfinished alone. Unfinished together is just a life in progress, which is the only kind there is. She married me knowing, she married me knowing I was unfinished and going. She married me knowing she was signing up for the whole becoming,
helps her finish. She married me knowing I'm further along. She married me knowing.
I come from a family that doesn't say it out loud. Love was always the thing that happened around the words. My father showed up to every game. My mother kept the house like it was sacred, which it was. But nobody said I love you at dinner. It just lived there in the showing up, in the keeping of the house. Then I met his family at Thanksgiving, his first Thanksgiving we spent together. And they said it constantly, said it leaving a room, said it hanging up the phone, said it for no reason in the middle of sentences. His mother said it to me the second time we met, like it was just true already, like she decided, and that was that. I cried in the bathroom for 10 minutes because I didn't know what to do with that. Didn't have the muscle for receiving it that directly. It took me a year to say it back to her without my voice doing the thing voices do when they're not used to the words. He taught me how to say it out loud, not by teaching, by saying it first every time. He taught me how to say it out loud, by not waiting for me to be ready, by saying it and letting it land, and waiting for me to find my way to it without rushing or explaining. He taught me how to say it out loud, and I say it all the time now, and I mean every single one. We've been married 2 years, I say it to my parents now, which took everything the first time. My mother looked surprised and said it back, and my father said it into the middle of the room, looking slightly at the wall, which is his version, and I'll take it. His version is more than I grew up with, and more is everything. I say it to our dog, which he thinks is funny. I say it to the houseplants, which he also thinks is funny. I'm making up for a deficit that I didn't know I had until someone showed me what full looks like. Until I married into a family that says it like breathing, like it costs nothing, because it costs nothing, because it is the thing that makes everything else possible. He taught me how to say it out loud, not by teaching, by saying it first every time. He taught me how to say it out loud, by not waiting for me to be ready, by saying it and letting it land, and waiting for me to find my way to it without rushing or explaining. He taught me how to say it out loud, and I say it all the time now, and I mean every single one. 3 words that cost nothing, that I spent 23 years saving up to say. I save them now like interest, like I owe the world for all the years I didn't. He taught me how to say it,
My wife and I have an argument that has been running for 27 years about the thermostat. She wants it at 72, I want it at 68. We have never resolved this. We have reached a series of armistices that collapse every October. We also have an ongoing disagreement about whether the windows should be open or closed at night in May, about whether the dog should sleep in the bedroom. She won that one. About whether the radio station in the kitchen should be country or classical. We alternate days on the radio, which is the most civilized arrangement we have managed to reach. None of this is what I expected marriage to be when I was 23 and in love, and had no idea what love actually is, which is the negotiation, the ongoing negotiation of two people who are fundamentally different, choosing to be fundamentally together. We have never agreed on the thermostat. We have never agreed on the windows in May. We disagree about the radio and the dog and the way to load a dishwasher. Lord, we disagree about that. But we have never disagreed about this, about whether this is worth it, about whether we want to be in this room with this person, having this argument for the rest of whatever time we get on that one thing we have always agreed. She makes decisions faster than I do, which I find alarming. I deliberate in ways she finds maddening. We have fought about this, we have laughed about this, we have reached the stage where we mostly just point it out to each other with affection rather than frustration, which I am told is what 27 years looks like when it's working. Last night she turned the thermostat to 72 at 11 o'clock when she thought I was asleep. I was not asleep. I heard it click. I got up at midnight and set it back to 68. This morning she looked at it and looked at me. I looked at her, and we both started laughing at the same time, which is also what 27 years looks like when it's working. We have never agreed on the thermostat. We have never agreed on the windows in May. We disagree about the radio and the dog and the way to load a dishwasher. Lord, we disagree about that. But we have never disagreed about this, about whether this is worth it, about whether we want to be in this room with this person, having this argument for the rest of whatever time we get on that one thing we have always agreed. 27 years of evidence that love is not agreement. 27 years of evidence that it's something sturdy, something that can hold a thermostat disagreement for 3 decades and still be warm at work.
whatever temperature we're at today. Never agreed on the thermostat, never disagreed about this. 27 years, still in this room.
The year we almost didn't make it, I don't talk about publicly. It belongs to us and to the counselor who sat in the room with us for 8 months on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock. But I will say this: it was a Thursday in March when I drove to that office, not sure if I was going to a marriage or to the end of one. And I sat in the parking lot for 12 minutes, and I thought about what I wanted, not what I should want, what I actually wanted. And what I wanted was him, not the version of him we'd been living in, but the version I had married, and the version I knew existed underneath the year we'd had, the version I had seen clearly for 11 years before the year we'd had. So I went inside, and he was already there, which he always is. He is always on time, which is its own kind of love statement. We came back from somewhere that most people don't come back from. We came back from the version where you stop trying and start waiting. We came back, that's the whole sentence. We came back, and the coming back changed what we were coming back to into something we'd never had before. Harder and more certain, harder and more ours. People see us now, and they see a good marriage, which is true. They don't see the Thursday in March in the parking lot. They don't see the 8 months of Thursdays, or the counselor who asked the right questions at exactly the right moments. And I used to feel strange about that, about the gap between what people see and what we actually are. Now I think the gap is just privacy, and some things belong only to the two people who were in them. He bought me flowers last anniversary, which he doesn't usually do. I asked him why, he said because we're here. And that's the reason, and I knew what he meant, because we're here. We chose here after all the ways we could have chosen otherwise. We're here. I put them in the kitchen, and I looked at them for 3 days while they lasted. And I thought about the parking lot in March, and about choosing here, and about what comes back when you let it. We came back from somewhere that most people don't come back from. We came back from the version where you stop trying and start waiting. We came back, that's the whole sentence. We came back, and the coming back changed what we were coming back to. into something we'd never had before. Harder and more certain, harder and more us. I don't share this to make it a lesson. I share it because somewhere someone is sitting in a parking lot, and I want them to know that going inside is possible, and what's on the other side of inside is also possible. We came back harder and more certain. We came back. We're here.
I drive a truck that she says is too old. I say it runs fine. She says that's not the point. I say, what's the point? She says the point is that I could get a truck that runs better than fine. I say, this one knows me. She says trucks don't know people. I say, this one does. This is the kind of conversation we have had for 15 years. I love this conversation. I love that she thinks I should have a better truck than this one. I love that I disagree. I love that we circle back to it every few months like a ritual. She keeps a list on her phone, the things she wants to change about the house. Kitchen first, then the bathroom, then the deck that needs rebuilding. The list has been on her phone for 4 years and is in its 3rd revision. I look at it sometimes and I can see the whole house. She sees the house that exists on her phone. That isn't quite the house we live in yet, but it's becoming it slowly, project by project, weekend by weekend. The kitchen is done now, the bathroom starts in March. The truck is still the same truck. This is the marriage I signed up for, this exact one, the truck in the list. The kitchen we finally finished, and the bathroom starting in March. This specific life with this specific person who wants a better truck and a finished deck, and has a list on her phone that she's been revising for 4 years. This is it, this exact thing. Lord, I wouldn't change a detail. We went to a fancy restaurant once for our 10th anniversary, which she planned and I agreed to, wearing the jacket she picked out, because left to myself I would have suggested somewhere with good barbecue, and she knows that. And she planned the fancy restaurant, and I wore the jacket, and it was actually really good. And I told her so, and she said, I told you so. And I said, yeah, you did, and we had a good time. She tells that story at dinner parties about the jacket and the restaurant, and I let her tell it because her version is funnier than mine, which is another thing about marriage, knowing whose version of the story the room needs to hear. I asked her once what she would change,
if she could change anything about us, she thought about it seriously, the way she thinks about everything seriously. She said the truck, I said anything else. She said the deck sooner, I said is that it? She said yes, I said nothing. She said what? I said nothing. I just like the answer. She said you're weird, I said I know. This is the marriage I signed up for, this exact one, the truck in the list. The kitchen we finally finished, and the bathroom starting in March. This specific life with this specific person who wants a better truck and a finished deck, and has a list on her phone that she's been revising for 4 years. This is it, this exact thing. Lord, I wouldn't change a detail, the truck in the list. Lord, I wouldn't change a detail. The bathroom starts in March.
My husband takes photographs, has for 30 years. Every vacation, every birthday, every Tuesday that feels like a Tuesday, worth keeping. I used to find it slightly excessive, all this documenting. I said once, can't we just be here without recording being here? He said, I am here, and also I want to remember, which I understood but didn't fully understand until later. He takes photographs of ordinary things, the breakfast table on a Sunday morning, the light on the curtains in October, the dog in the specific way the dog sleeps, which is always somehow different and always somehow the same. He took a photograph of my hands last year, just my hands on the kitchen table. I said, what are you doing? He said, making sure I have this, which is when I understood what I hadn't understood. He's been keeping us all this time, every image, small act of keeping. He's been saying with a camera what he doesn't always say with words, that this is worth preserving, that I am worth preserving, that this ordinary life we built together is too beautiful to trust to memory alone. He's been keeping us all this time, and I didn't see it until I saw it. There are 30 years of us in boxes and hard drives and albums, the albums she made when the kids were small, the boxes I keep meaning to organize, the hard drive he backs up religiously. 30 years of Tuesdays worth keeping. He found the photograph of our first apartment last week while looking for something else. Sent it to me at 2 in the afternoon. No message, just the photograph. I looked at it for a long time, at those 2 young people in that small apartment, who were gonna figure everything out, and did. I asked him recently what he'll with all of it when we're gone. He said the kids can decide. I said, what if they don't want them? He said, someone will want them. He said, someone always wants the evidence that people loved each other. I thought about that for a long time, the evidence that people loved each other. 30 years of evidence, in boxes and hard drives and albums, the most important archive anyone ever built, for no audience but us. He's been keeping us all this time, every hymn and just small act of keeping. He's been saying with a camera what he doesn't always say with words, that this is worth preserving, that I am worth preserving, that this ordinary life we built together is too beautiful to trust to memory alone. He's been keeping us all this time, and I didn't see it until I saw it. Look at those two people in that first apartment. They had no idea what they were beginning. He's been keeping us all this time, the evidence that people loved each other.
We met in line at the post office on a Wednesday in February, which is the least romantic sentence in the English language. I was mailing something I could have emailed. She was mailing something she hadn't gotten around to in 3 weeks, which she told me while we were waiting, because the line was long. And she talks when lines are long. She talks when she's nervous. She talks when she's happy. She talks when she's processing something, which is most of the time, because she processes out loud, which took me some getting used to, coming from a family that processes silently and then presents conclusions. She told me she was mailing a birthday card to her grandmother who lived 4 states away. I said, happy birthday to your grandmother. She said she's actually been gone for 3 years. I just send the card anyway, because it feels right. That was the moment right there, the sending of the card to the grandmother who'd been gone for 3 years. Because it felt right. I knew immediately that I wanted to know everything about a person who does that. Post office on a Wednesday in February, not the romantic story anyone would write. But I wasn't looking for a story, I was just mailing something I could have emailed. And she was mailing a card to her grandmother who has been gone for 3 years. And Lord, I have never been so glad to be standing in moved so slowly. Post office on a Wednesday in February changed everything while I was just waiting. We've been together 4 years now, married for 2 of them. She still sends the card every year to the grandmother. I help her address it sometimes. She says it doesn't need to be addressed correctly. I say, force of habit. She says that's very you. I say that's very you about the card. She says yes it is. I love that it's very her about the card. I love everything that is very her. The talking in lines, the processing out loud, the conclusion she arrives at that I would never have arrived at, presented to me complete, like a gift I didn't know I needed. Last week we were at the post office again, different reason this time. She saw the line and started talking immediately about something she'd been processing. I stood there listening and thought about the Wednesday in February when she was a stranger telling me about the card. And now she was my wife, telling me about something else, in the same line, in the same building, 4 years later. And I thought, this is the whole thing. This line, this woman, this talking, this is the whole thing right here. Post office on a Wednesday in February. Not the romantic story anyone would write, but I wasn't looking for a story. I was just mailing something I could have emailed. And she was mailing a card to her grandmother, who has been gone for 3 years. And Lord, I have never been so glad to be standing in a line that moves so slowly. Post office on a Wednesday in February changed everything while I was just waiting. Mailing a card to someone gone 3 years, because it felt right. That was the moment.
I married a quiet man, which took adjustment coming from a loud family, where everything is said immediately and at volume and with hand gestures. My husband thinks before he speaks, which I initially read as withholding, which I now understand is just respect for the words. He doesn't say things that aren't true, which means when he says something, it's true. He told me he loved me for the first time on a Monday morning in the car on the way to work. Not a special Monday, a regular Monday. We were stopped at a red light. He was looking at the road ahead, and he said it without fanfare and without looking at me. I said it back to the side of his face, and he nodded slightly, which is his version of everything. Later I asked him why that Monday he thought about it He said I'd been sure for a while, and Monday felt right, because Monday is when real things happen, which is the most perfectly him reason I have ever heard for anything. I married a quiet man and learned to hear the quiet. Learn that quiet isn't empty, it's just differently full. I married a quiet man who says true things and means them, who nods slightly instead of everything, who picked a Monday morning at a red light to say the most important thing. I married a quiet man, and the quiet turned out to be the loudest love I've ever lived inside. He writes things down sometimes, notes I find in practical places, on the grocery list, picked up dry cleaning. Next line, you look nice today. Not a card, not a moment, just next to the dry cleaning. You look nice today. On the notepad by the kitchen phone, which we never use but keeps the notepad Tuesday. Doctor said everything fine. Next line, really glad about that. Next line, you didn't seem worried. Next line, I was. I keep every one of them in the drawer in the bedroom, evidence of a quiet man who says the true things in the margins of ordinary days. We've been married 5 years. I am louder than when we met. He is marginally louder than when we met. We are meeting somewhere in the middle of who we each came from, building our own version of how two people talk to each other. Last night he said out loud, unprompted, in the middle of nothing, that he was happy. I said with what he said in general, I didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. We both just sat there in the loud quiet of that for a while. I married a quiet man and learned to hear the quiet. Learn that quiet isn't empty, it's just differently full. I married a quiet man who says true things and means them, who nods slightly instead of everything, who picked a Monday morning at a red light to say the most important thing. I married a quiet man, and the quiet turned out to be the loudest love I've ever lived inside. The quiet turned out to be the loudest love. In general, he was happy in general. I married a quiet man.
My wife passed in November, 3 years ago last November. I'm not going to sugarcoat that sentence or put it in softer words. She passed and the house changed and I changed, and 3 years is long enough to know some things about that. People asked me in the first year how I was doing. And I said fine, because fine was the word that ended the conversation. In the second year I stopped saying fine and started saying some days are harder than others, which is true, and gave people somewhere to go with it. In the third year I started saying something closer to what's actually true, which is that I miss her specifically, not abstractly. Not the concept of her, but the actual her. The way she loaded the dishwasher wrong, the wrong way she loaded it, I miss the wrong way. Love doesn't end because the person does. That's what 3 years has taught me. Love doesn't downsize when it loses its address. It just changes where it lives. It lives now in the wrong way. She loaded the dishwasher in the particular plant she kept alive for 17 years, that I'm keeping alive now because she would want it kept alive. In the sweater I still haven't moved from the chair where she left it in November. Love doesn't end because the person does. My daughter wants me to start living again, which I am doing. I'm living. Living and grief are not opposites. They coexist more comfortably than people expect them to. I go to the diner on Tuesday mornings because we always went on Tuesdays. I sit at the same table and I bring the book she was reading when she stopped being able to, and I'm working my way through it slowly, one Tuesday at a time, which is its own kind of conversation, the kind you have across the thing that separates you. I talk to her sometimes out loud in the house. People know that about me now. My son was alarmed the first time he heard it. Now he understands, or he's decided to let it be what it is. I tell her about the plant, which is thriving by the way. She would be pleased about the plant. I tell her about the grandchildren, and about the Tuesday mornings, and about the dishwasher, which I load wrong now on purpose, just to have something of hers in the house. Love doesn't end because the person does. That's what 3 years has taught me. Love doesn't downsize when it loses its address. It just changes where it lives. It lives now in the wrong way. She loaded the dishwasher in the particular plant she kept alive for 17 years, that I'm keeping alive now because she would want it kept alive. In the sweater I still haven't moved from the chair where she left it in November. Love doesn't end because the person does. The plant is by the window where she kept it. The sweater's on the chair where she left it. The dishwasher is loaded wrong
Everything is exactly as she would want it, and I am still here, talking to her, still here. 3 years, the plant is still alive, the sweater is still on the chair. I load the dishwasher on. Love doesn't end, it just changes where it lives.
I did not plan to fall in love at a potluck dinner in somebody else's kitchen, holding a plate of things I'd eaten too much of, while trying to look like I hadn't eaten too much of them. He was standing by the kitchen counter, eating someone's casserole with a look on his face that was politely attempting to like it and not quite succeeding. And I laughed at that out loud by accident. And he looked at me and said it out loud too. He said, I think there's something in this that shouldn't be in a casserole. And I said, I think you're right. And that was it. He asked me what I'd brought. I said the brownies. He said, oh, yours are good. I said, how do you know which are mine? He said, because you look proud coming in with them. I said I was proud. He said, you should be, they're good. And I thought, oh no. I thought, oh no, I'm gonna like this person. Nobody tells you it happens at a potluck. Nobody writes that song, the potluck love song. Nobody tells you it's a Tuesday in March with a casserole that has something wrong with it, and a man who will say so honestly while eating it politely. Nobody tells you that's the moment, but that was the moment. And Lord, I am so glad I went to that potluck. We've been together 3 years now, married for 7 months. We went back to the potluck last year, different house, same gentle crowd. He made the casserole this time to prove he could make one properly. I told him it was good. He said, you don't have to do that. I said, I'm not doing that, it's actually good. He said, prove it. I had a second helping, which is all the proof there is. I asked him last week what he would have done if I hadn't laughed at him by the kitchen counter. He said he'd been trying to figure out how to talk to me for 20 minutes, and the casserole was the excuse he'd been waiting for. I said the casserole wasn't even a good excuse. He said, no, but you laughed. And he said it like that was the whole answer, which it was. I laughed and he had an in and he took it, which is also who he is. Takes the in, holds the in. 3 years of taking the in. Nobody tells you it happens at a potluck. Nobody writes that song, the potluck love song. Nobody tells you it's a Tuesday in March with a casserole that has something wrong with it, and a man who will say so honestly while eating it politely. Nobody tells you that's the moment, but that was the moment. And Lord, I am so glad I went to that potluck. The casserole love story. Lord, I am so glad I went. Nobody tells you.
I've driven this truck past this house approximately 10,000 times in 20 years, which is not an exaggeration. It's the route between work and home, past the church on the corner, past the gas station where I always mean to stop, past the old house that's been for sale since at least 2019, and past our house with the porch she wanted, that I built the summer before our youngest was born. The porch I complained about building every Saturday for 6 weeks, that she sat on and drank her coffee every morning for 17 years since. I see it differently when I drive past it, and when I'm inside it. From the road it looks like exactly what it is. A house where people are living a life, where the lights are on and someone's home, and someone's probably starting dinner, and the dog is probably at the window. And I think about the man who built that porch, complaining every Saturday for 6 weeks. And I think about what that man would think if you told him what he was building. You were building the thing she would sit on every morning for 17 years. That would make the house look like home. From the road, you were building the thing that would make it look like someone's home. Every time I drive past our house, I see it the way a stranger sees it. Just a house with a porch and some lights on. Just a house where someone decided to stay, and that somebody is me, and that house is ours. And the porch I complained about building is the reason it looks like what it is. Every time I drive past our house, I am glad we stayed. My wife doesn't know I do this, but looking as I drive past, the moment before I pull into the driveway, when I see it from the road, it's mine that moment, the seeing of the thing we built. From the outside before I'm inside it, the evidence of a life made visible from the road. Last week I pulled over across the street just to look at it for a minute, which I'd never done before in 20 years. I sat there for probably 4 minutes, looking at the lights on and the porch and the dog at the window. And I thought, that's mine. That's everything I've been working toward every day for 20 years. Right there with the lights on, waiting. I pulled into the driveway. She asked why I was late. I said I stopped to look at the house. She
for how long? I said about 4 minutes. She said, were we out of the ordinary? I said no. I said the ordinary is the whole point. Every time I drive past our house, I see it the way a stranger sees it. Just a house with a porch and some lights on. Just a house where someone decided to stay. And that somebody is me. And that house is ours. And the porch I complained about building is the reason it looks like what it is. Every time I drive past our house, I am glad we stayed. The lights are on, someone's home. I am glad we stayed. Every single time.
My mother warned me about the Henderson men. She'd known 3 generations of them. Said they're good men, but they need managing, which turned out to be accurate and also not quite right, because managing isn't the word. The word is understanding. Henderson men need understanding, which is different from managing. Managing implies effort against resistance. Understanding implies learning a language, and I have learned the language of this man fluently and with great interest, and I do not experience it as managing. He doesn't like surprises, which I am by nature full of. This required negotiation in the early years. I like to surprise people with plans. He likes to be consulted about plans. We have reached an arrangement where I tell him about the surprise, and then we both pretend he doesn't know, which sounds like it defeats the purpose, but it makes us both happy, which is actually the purpose. My mother warned me about the Henderson men. She wasn't wrong, she wasn't right. She was right about the needing, she was wrong about the managing. These men don't need to be managed, they need to be known. Knowing one for 20 years is its own kind of wonder. I am glad my mother warned me, because I pay close enough attention to learn him instead. He makes breakfast on Saturdays since year 1. He is not a good cook in general, but he makes the same 3 things on Saturdays, and they are perfect because he has made them every Saturday for 20 years, which is its own kind of mastery. My mother came for a Saturday once. He made the 3 things, she ate all of it. She said afterward, he's a good man. I said, I know. She said, I may have been slightly wrong about the managing. I said, you were wrong about the managing. She said, slightly wrong. I said, yeah, slightly. Our daughter is dating a Henderson, not the same one, a different branch. My mother found out and called me, said, oh Lord. I said, I know. She said, what do said, 12 very good years. She said, I'm coming to Saturday breakfast. My mother warned me about the Henderson men. She wasn't wrong, and she wasn't right. She was right about the needing, she was wrong about the managing. These men don't need to be managed, they need to be known. Knowing one for 20 years is its own kind of wonder. I am glad my mother warned me, because I paid close enough attention to learn him instead. My mother is coming to Saturday breakfast. 20 years of the same three things. She wasn't wrong and she wasn't right.
We've been married for 8 months, which I know isn't long enough to have opinions about marriage, but I have observations which I offer with appropriate humility. The first thing I observed is that living with someone is different from loving someone, which everyone told me, and which I understood theoretically, and which is completely different from understanding actually. The second thing I observed is that she is a morning person and I am not, which we knew going in, and which has daily practical implications that no amount of knowing going in adequately prepares you for. She is due for at 6:45, I am functional at 6:45. Functional meaning upright and able to receive simple instructions. Care for is several cups away. She has adapted to this. She does not require cheerful from me at 6:45. She gives me coffee and leaves me alone, which is the most loving thing anyone has ever done for me. 8 months in and I'm learning things that nobody could have told me. 8 months in and I understand what understanding actually means. It means the coffee before the conversation. It means her side of the closet that has expanded slightly beyond its original borders. It means figuring out the person you thought you already knew. 8 months in, and Lord, I love this. 8 months in, and I'm just getting started. Third thing I observed is that she is always right about practical things, and I am sometimes right about abstract things. And we have divided responsibilities accordingly. She handles the insurance and the appointments, and where things are in the house which I cannot locate without her assistance. I'm still figuring out what I handle. She says I handle the energy,
which I'm taking as a compliment. The fourth thing I observed is that the small irritations are small and the large things are large, and knowing the difference is the skill that nobody teaches you, and that I am currently acquiring. With her patience as my primary resource, she has infinite patience for the things I haven't learned yet, and no patience at all for the things I have learned, and should therefore already know which is exactly right, which is how you love someone forward into the person they can be. 8 months in and I'm learning things that nobody could have told me. 8 months in and I understand what understanding actually means. It means the coffee before the conversation. It means her side of the closet that has expanded slightly beyond its original borders. It means figuring out the person you thought you already knew. 8 months in, Lord, I love this. 8 months in, and I'm just getting started. I used to think love was the knowing. Now I know it's the learning, and there is so much left to learn, which is the best news I've gotten all year. 8 months in, just getting started. The coffee before the conversation. Lord, I love this.
We raised 4 children in this house, which is a sentence that contains multitudes. 4 children who needed different things in different years in the same rooms, and a marriage that existed inside all of that, underneath all of that, sometimes buried under all of that, but always there. There were years when we were parents, more than we were partners, which people tell you to avoid, and which you cannot always avoid when there are 4 children and a farm. And a year when 2 of them needed things that took everything. And those years we would find each other late on certain evenings, not to talk. We were too tired to talk, just to sit in the same room and know the other one was there, which was the marriage underneath the parenting, which was enough, which was the whole foundation. After the children, there was us again. Not for the first time, we never Before there were four of them, still here. You're still exactly here, still sitting in the same kitchen 40 years later. Louder than it's been in years. My youngest left for college in August, the last one. I expected to feel only loss. I felt loss and also something else, something I didn't expect. The return of a quiet that wasn't empty. The first Saturday after she left, I woke up and the house was quiet, and my husband was already up, and there was coffee made, and he was at the kitchen table with nothing urgent to do, and neither was I. And we sat there for an hour, just the two of us in the quiet, like we were 26 again, but with 40 years of knowing each other underneath it. People ask us what we'll do now, as if the children were the whole thing. They were the great thing, but they were never the whole thing. The whole thing is this man who made the coffee and sat at the table on that first quiet Saturday, and looked at me and said, well, here we are. And I said, here we are, and we meant it the same way, which is what 40 years gives you, the same meaning in the same words. After the children, there was us again. Not for the first time, we never stopped, but loudly us again, visibly us again, with time in the house that was ours, not scheduled around for other people. The us that started this, before there were four of them, is still here, is still exactly here, still sitting in the same kitchen 40 years later. Louder than it's been in years. I did not lose myself in motherhood, I expanded into it, and now I am expanding back into the part that was always here, into the us that was always here, underneath all of it, still here, still exactly here. Here we are, still exactly here, louder than it's been in years. 40 years later.
I'm not a man who cries easily. My father wasn't, his father wasn't. It's not a point of pride, it's just the way I came assembled. I cried at our wedding, which surprised me. I was fine until she walked in, and then I was not fine, and I didn't try to be fine. because she walked in. And everything I'd been holding for 32 years, I'm not crying easily. All of it decided that this was the moment. I cried when our first child was born, and our second, and our third, each time with more authority, like I was getting better at it. I cried at my father's funeral, and at my mother's, and at my dog's, which surprised the vet, who I don't think expected that. My wife has seen me cry 12 times. In 30 years she keeps no record that I know of, but I keep one, because each time feels significant. Each time is the evidence that something got through the assembled way I came. Something broke through, and she was usually there when it did. She has seen me undone 12 times in 30 years of ordinary life. She has not made a single thing of any of them. She just hands me whatever is needed and moves on like it's nothing, because for her it is nothing. It's just me being the fullness of the man she married, which includes the 12 times. The thing that doesn't usually get through, got through. She has seen me undone and never once looked at me differently after. I asked her once, the most recent time, if it makes her uncomfortable to cry, and she said, why would it? I said, I don't know. Some people. She said, you're not some people, you're you. And you cry sometimes, and I love you in all of it, which is the most complete thing anyone has ever said to me. I love you in all of it, in the assembled way you came, and in the 12 times the assembly came undone. I think about that sentence sometimes, in all of it. What a complete thing to say to someone. What a specific and complete offering to love someone in all of it. Not in the version that presents well, not in the version that doesn't cry at dogs, but in all of it, including the dog. She loves me in all of it, which is why I've cried 12 times in 30 years, and every single time she was part of the reason. She has seen me undone 12 times in 30 years of ordinary life. She has not made a single thing of any of them. She just hands me whatever is needed and moves on like it's nothing, because for her it is nothing. It's just me being the fullness of the man she married, which includes the 12 times. The thing that doesn't usually get through, got through. She has seen me undone and never once looked at me differently after. I love you in all of it. What a sentence. What a gift to give to someone, to be loved in all of it. Lord, what a gift. 12 times in 30 years. She loves me in all of it, never looked at me differently in all of it. We have a thing we do at the end of every day. It started in the first year, and we never stopped. It takes about 3 minutes. It's the best 3 minutes of the day.
We ask each other one question, the same question every night.
What was the best part of today? Just the one question. What was the best part of today? Some days the best part
Is easy to name,
a phone call that went well, something the kids did,
something good in the mail,
something I cooked that actually worked,
something I saw from the kitchen window that I wanted to save.
Some days the best part
Is the question itself,
because some days the best part
is being asked.
I've learned things about her
From 22 years of answers,
She finds beauty in specific things.
not general things.
Specific.
Not the sunset, but the way the sunset hit the top of the fence post at exactly 4:50. Not the dinner, but the moment right before, when the whole house smelled right.
Not the day, but the particular moment
Inside the day,
she lives specifically.
which has taught me to live more specifically.
What was the best part of today?
3 minutes at the end of every day.
What was the best part of today?
The question that finds the gold in the ordinary.
What was the best part of today?
22 years of answers,
22 years of learning what the other one was
paying attention to all day.
What was the best part of today? Is how we've stayed close
Through everything,
What was the best
part of today.
Some nights my answer is her, which I tell her, and she says that's not specific enough,
Which makes me laugh.
and I say fine, the way you laughed
At breakfast this morning, that's something you were reading.
without telling me what it was.
That's specific enough.
She usually accepts that. Some nights his answer is the dog or the coffee,
Or the particular moment at 4 o'clock,
when whatever he was working on.
finally came right.
I love those answers because they show me where he is,
Inside his day,
which I am not always present for.
and the question brings me back. 22 years is 8,000 and some days of asking.
8,000 and some days of answering.
8,000 and some best parts
That we found together
at the end of each day,
that we might have let go
unnamed. If we hadn't asked, what was the best part of today?
3 minutes at the end of every day.
What was the best part of today? The question that finds the gold in the ordinary.
What was the best part of today?
22 years of answers,
22 years of learning what the other one
was paying attention to all day.
What was the best part of today?
Is how we've stayed close through everything.
What was the best part of today? The way the light hit the fence post at 4:50.
The way you laughed at breakfast without telling me why.
That's specific enough.
22 years
Together.
What was the best part of today?